Hey everybody, it is Kathryn, Conscious Creatrix, 5D Visionary, Elevated Consciousness Coach. I am here in gorgeous North Lake Tahoe today because I took my husband to an interview today at the Ritz-Carlton. Fancy, fancy. And it's just beautiful out here. We've got an amazing fall day. And we had a little bit of an adventure getting here, but that's the subject of today's call. Is I want to show you and share with you how I bend time, how I did it today, and how you can do it too. And how easy it is once you start unhooking from what you think about as time in the 3D construct as being rigid and very confined. Is actually really plastic and very flexible and is alchemical. So we had a bit of a journey because it's over an hour to get here from where we live in South Lake Tahoe. And just because it's such the time of the year where it is the shoulder season, where we are in between the summer and the winter. So today I am out at a ski resort, which is North Star in North Lake Tahoe. It's pretty dead here because it's in between the seasons and they're getting ready for what's going to be a month from now, pretty crazy, and lots of construction going on the roads, pretty much the main road to get here, and all the roads up to the Ritz-Carlton and up to this ski resort. And so we anticipated that. We did leave a little bit later than we wanted to, but I have this little thing that I do that I imagine a timeline for myself where I am getting to wherever I need to get to on time with plenty of time. And that becomes my little saying, my little mantra. Hey everybody that's here. Hey Tasha. Hey Rachel. What's going on? I'm talking about how I bent time today and how you can too. And this is also what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you guys how to do things with time that no one else is teaching right now. This is in my Timelines Expanded Masterclass. So if you want to know how to bend time, collapse time, stretch time, fold time, accelerate time, slow down time, you want to know the difference between false timelines and true timelines, how to merge timelines, how to quantum jump timelines for manifesting, you need to get in this Timelines Expanded Masterclass. Day 2 is tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I'm actually teaching about bending time when I'm talking about here this Saturday. So I have this little thing that I do because I am notorious for being on my own timeline, let's just say, and not really abiding by the 3D time matrix. I've decided consistently to opt out of that over time. And so we left a little bit late today. Now this is a difficult thing to do, to share this experience of opting out of time when there is another person involved. And the other person involved today was my husband, who is always early. I like to have this joke with him. We have this joke with each other that he's always saying, when I go anywhere with him, we're almost late. And I say, honey, almost late means we're on time. So anyway, so I kept reassuring him, even though we were coming up against all this construction, all this stuff. His interview started at 11 a.m. this morning. We left the house at 9:43. And that should have given us plenty of time. It would have given us plenty of time. And I always create this intention. I create this timeline for myself where I say on time with plenty of time. Always on time with extra time. And I make it like a mantra. And I believe it. That's the thing. You have to have the energy of your belief behind it. And you have to have an ability to surrender to that. So when you're doing this with someone else, you have to get someone else to surrender to your vision. Now, this isn't impossible, but it does take a little bit of persuasion, especially with someone like my husband who has very rigid confines in his belief of time, and he's very much locked into and hooked into the 3D time matrix, but you don't have to be. So I asked him simply, you know what, sweetheart, just surrender to my vision. That's all you have to do. You have nothing to lose. You can focus on you being late for this interview, or you can just surrender to this vision. When we hold it together, it is 2 times more powerful. Okay? So just humor me here. You have nothing to lose. In this interview, it's not like he doesn't have a job right now. He has a good job right now. This would be probably an even better job for him. But really, the surrender part is knowing that, you know what, there's nothing to lose. I'm taking this interview just because I can, and it's not do or die. And I want to just surrender to the timeline that we are showing up on time with plenty of time. So meanwhile, here we are on the road, hashing this out in conversation with each other, all this construction, where it's one lane on a 2-lane road, where there's only one lane of traffic allowed to go at any given time. And we came up against this several times on our journey to get here. But I was like, honey, just keep saying it. You have nothing to lose. On time with plenty of time. On time with plenty of time. Just surrender to it. Just have faith in it. Just trust it. And so, lo and behold, we kept hitting all of these construction zones, but we got here 10 minutes early, on time with plenty of time. And I had to do a little bit of, I told you so. But it really was powerful that he gave up and surrendered to the vision as well, for his highest good. And I asked him to adopt in his mind the vision of his highest timeline for how this was going to work out. Showing up on time with plenty of time. Now, there are nuances to this. You have to have a certain belief and you have to have a certain amount of surrender. This is what needs to be finessed. This is what needs to be nuanced. But you can learn this, okay? You can learn this if you understand and can embrace the idea that time is just a tool of the energy matrix. But time is a matrix within the energy matrix. It is a construct of 3D within the entire energy matrix, the one all, the unified field, if you want to call it that, that is the energy matrix. And time matrix, the time matrix of 3D, is just a construct within that we've collectively agreed upon as humans to adopt as a belief system, as a truth, as a value, as a means of exchanging value, as a means of exchanging meaning. Creating milestones, events, experiences in our life that have meaning has to do with time and the way we organize and compartmentalize time. But it's all malleable. It's all flexible. It's all very plastic. And based on your perception of time, you get to wield it. It's like clay in your fingers. You get to play with it and use it as you wish. If you're someone like me who has a long history of always being late, or having that kind of stress set in when you're juggling a million different things and you don't know if you're going to be on time for something. You know, if you're a stressed out mom, if you're a stressed out business owner, if you have a lot of things on your plate, maybe you're a student and trying to do, 2 different jobs, this is a tool that helps you when you understand how to work and wield with the time matrix and understand that you can opt out of the collective idea of what time is and start molding it, playing with it, using it as a tool and a technology. What you're doing when you do that is you go 5D, because time exists in 5D, but just not in the same way that it is in 3D. There are completely different rules of engagement, and it's completely different in the way that it's alchemical. We can change it based on how we use it as a tool and how we perceive it. This is powerful. And another thing about being able to understand how working with time and being able to opt out of the 3D time matrix actually helps you to opt out of one of the things that is one of the most rigid strictures and constructs of living in 3D reality and being attached to, hooked into mass consciousness. When you learn how to opt out of the 3D time matrix and into the energy matrix of the unified field, you understand that you don't have to be a slave or a victim of mass consciousness and just believing like that's just how it is. That's one of the things we say here in 3D reality, right? It is what it is. That's just how it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I am really on that first wave of people who wants to show people, who wants to give people the tools, wants to teach people how to work with time, how to opt out of the 3D time matrix and thereby opt out of mass consciousness. Because we're not going to move humanity forward until we learn how to do that. And those of you who are on the first wave of ascension, those of you who are thought leaders, way showers, light bearers, energy workers, energy healers, if it is your devotion, if it is your true desire and hope and commitment to help lead humanity forward, it is not possible unless we learn how to ourselves opt out of mass consciousness. Learning how to work with and play with time is one of the ways we learn how to do that. As far as I know, no one is teaching this. No one is teaching how to work with and play with time in such a comprehensive way, where we talk about how it's done, how humans create time and timelines in 3D, and then how we work with, mold with, play with, bend, collapse, quantum jump time, all of those things. No one is teaching this. And that is causing a huge deficit in our understanding of what it means to go 5D. So if you want to learn this, if you want to play with this, because it is very much about play, because when you learn how to do this, when you learn how to do something, it's actually pretty simple. It's not necessarily easy at first because your ego is going to fight it, but it is very simple. The tools that I'm sharing, the practices that I'm sharing in the Timelines Expanded Masterclass, this is easy stuff to learn. Not that easy to apply at first because your ego is going to fight it. Your ego is stuck in that time matrix of 3D. But once you learn how to override that, and you believe and surrender to your higher self, which helps you to conduct and mold and stretch time, this becomes something you do all the time, and it's really fun to be able to play and engage with your life at this level. Because if you say things like on time and always on time with plenty of time, you can start saying things like always with money with plenty of money, always in money with plenty of money, things like that. And you start to really get an upshot in your whole entire belief system, and you begin to reshape the entire fabric of your life, and you begin to look at possibility and potential in a completely different way. And that the way you started to, when you learn how to use these tools, and you play with time in this way, you realize there is infinite possibility and potential available to you that is as yet untapped. This is the gateway to learning how to bridge that gap. So those of you who feel like, I don't know how to manifest things, I don't know how to get more time or more money, I feel stretched to the limit, this is a program for you. And it's very affordable. It's only $177, and you have lifetime access to all the replays because you're going to want to listen to them again. And you have all the access to the bonus materials inside the member vault as well. So we're going again tomorrow with day 2. We're talking about collapsing timelines, and we're going to collapse some timelines that you have held and actually anchored into because of trauma, drama in your lifetime, where you decided you wanted to explore polarity and duality. But you're done with that now. So if you feel that resonates with you, that you are done with the trauma and the drama, and those timelines where you have explored polarity and duality, you've learned everything that you could possibly learn from it, you want to download those lessons and mark them complete, that is the benefit of collapsing timelines. And it opens up all new timelines for you to explore, where you don't have to go into the polarity and duality anymore of lack, of perversion of your truth. Perversion of your truth meaning you believe that you are living in lack instead of abundance. Perversion of your truth meaning you are living in poverty consciousness instead of prosperity consciousness. That's a perversion of your truth. That's a perversion of your divinity. And when we continue to opt into the 3D time matrix, that's what we're doing. That's what we're allowing. That's what we are complicit with. So I invite you to come and play with this. It's going to be fun. We're going to learn how to do so many fun things, and you are going to add things to your spiritual toolbox that are going to help you. If you have clients, they will help your clients. It will help you to opt out of timelines that really aren't serving you anymore. They're not taking your life any further forward. And once you learn how to play with time, you create a forward momentum that really is on such an accelerated path. You kind of won't believe it. It's kind of dizzying. So yes, you can tell I'm jacked about talking about this stuff. Yes, you can tell I'm super excited about sharing this stuff. Number one, because no one else is talking about it. No one else is teaching classes not like this, where it's not just academic. I'm not just talking about it. I'm giving you the tools to wield energy in the 3D time matrix. No one else is teaching this. So come on and play. Come on and play. It's going to be so much fun. And I hope this has helped you. Use this. Start playing with this. If you don't believe me, start playing with it on your own. On time with plenty of time. See how that works for you. And I'd love to hear how it does work out for you if you want to reach out to me and let me know. So thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.